There's an interesting move going on in the motorhome market at the moment. That's with coach builts like this, standard models, but they come with the option of an additional elevating roof on the top, the sort of feature you'd normally expect with a camper van. It turns this Auto Trail XL 620G from a two-berth into a full four-berth, and yet it's only 6.2 metres long. It's got a lot of extras on it here as well, so the price comes in at just under £80,000. Auto Trail offers its XLs in a choice of cab colours, and this is the chrome blue, which seems to be particularly popular across the whole motorhome sector at the moment. The alloy wheels, they're an optional extra, one of quite a few on this particular model. The bodywork though is Auto Trail's solid GRP, and they back that with a 5-year warranty. Other fittings include semi-flush fitting windows. All the waste service points are on this side, so we've got the optional external shower. There's a gas point on the other side. A particular feature that I like is this dump valve for the wastewater. So it's as easy as that. And that's where Auto Trail's expertise comes in with features like that. Right at the back, we've got a good sized garage. It'll take bike. This is the bigger door on this side. There's a slightly smaller door on the other side. 6.2 metres long, so it's a nice compact style of coach built, so easily manageable as well. Now, as well as the Lux Pack and the Driver's Pack that are both fitted to this particular vehicle, this example has the upgraded engine. So it's got the 165 brake horsepower unit over the standard 130. And again, that's going to cost you extra. I'm not convinced. I think the 130 is perfectly adequate, and I think you might well want to save yourself a few pennies by sticking with that. What I would recommend you go for, however, though, is the automatic transmission, because it does make the driving so much more relaxing. Very lovely vehicle to drive, as we've come to expect from this Ford Transit chassis cab. Nice chunky steering wheel, feels like a car. Full production models will have the Ford infotainment system with a color reversing camera. Cab air conditioning is among the options from the driver's pack. It really is a nice vehicle to drive this. Very relaxed. It hits motorway cruising speeds pretty quickly. Nice comfortable cab seats with lots of adjustment and adjustable armrests. There's a manual handbrake down to your right here, but it's got a fly-off handle, so it just drops down so the cab seats swivel easily enough. So it's not the largest lounge of lounges, as you can see, but it will just about cope with 4 people. Bear in mind this is a 4-berth now with the elevating roof above. The cab seats swivel easily enough, and then there's the forward-facing double seat here. My bigger criticism is the table. It's just really not quite big enough for 4 people, and it possibly lacks some kind of extension, which would mean the cab seat could come into play as well. My other little point of criticism is there's plenty of daylight coming in at the moment, and that's thanks to the overcab sunroof especially, as well as the usual windows to the sides and the front. But because of the elevating roof, you don't have the extra roof light overhead. Now, that's not a problem during the day, but we did find at night time just a little bit of a lack of lighting generally in this lounge area. A couple of reading lights over the cab seats would have made all the difference, maybe. So 4-berth sleeping accommodation, and this is the transverse fixed double bed that you get in the standard 620G. It's got 2 mattress pieces, quite nice thick mattresses, and again we found these pretty comfortable when we were sleeping on them, but it is a solid base underneath, so you don't have the extra support of a slatted base. The bedroom itself is pretty comfortable all round. There's a window at the foot end and a padded headboard at the opposite end. Reading lights are on stalks, and both of those have USB portals. There's little storage netting for each occupant of the bed as well. And there's a TV holder, and then lockers across the back. Now, one thing you will notice is because of the elevating roof in the pop-top version here, there's no capacity for a roof light overhead. So Auto Trail's solution to that is this panel with LED ambient lighting around it. It works to an extent, but it does restrict ventilation to the whole bedroom area at the back here. And then there's the other double bed, which is up above us in the elevating roof section. Doubtless this will be the preferred place for the kids. This ladder folds out, hooks onto here. It does cause a bit of an obstruction down below, to be honest, but then putting the roof up is fairly straightforward, although it's got clips and belts and various straps to hold it in place when it's down and to keep it all up when it's up. Nice big mattress area, reading lights on stalks again with USB portals, and fairly easy access. There's a good sized hatch, and then the side of the roof is canvas with various window panels and zip out sections, so you can have as much ventilation up there as you like. This is a pretty impressive kitchen. You've got a full cooker in that it's a Thetford triplex model with 3 gas rings and a combined oven and grill. Alongside here is the basin, nice and deep, with a loose cover that flips over and can be used as a chopping board. A worktop extension is here, although just note that it does cut right across the doorway. Up above the hob, we've got a Russell Hobbs microwave oven, an 800 watt model, and then there's storage up here in terms of a shelved locker. Drawer storage alongside the oven. And this is a particularly good one because you've got a cutlery tray on the top that slides away, so you've got the extra storage underneath. Soft close drawers and a good sized drawer there. And finally a locker at floor level. There's also a locker under the oven and grill, so there's a good level of storage here as well. Other features include the acrylic splash panel here and the splash guard there. And then there's this neat little spice rack here with a hook for your tea towel. Not forgetting a big 142 litre compressor fridge from Thetford with a freezer compartment. And a particularly nice feature that I like is, bearing in mind it's a compressor model, there's a nighttime setting that just cuts down the noise from the motor. This is a good sized washroom for such a small coach-built motorhome. It's got a swivel bowl toilet, as you'd expect. It's got a fixed hand basin, as you'd expect. But there's also this shower area. It curtains off, but it still gives you a sizable area for showering in, using the extended tap from the sink, which also has a trigger operation, so you're saving water the whole time. Just the one plug hole in the floor, however. There's good storage. There's a locker over the window. Window's always a bonus in a motorhome washroom. There's a hook up here beyond me, a hook on the outside as well, LED lighting as you'd expect, and most of the room is plastic lined as well. So I think it's a pretty compact but good, useful washroom. As you'd expect from any auto-trail motorhome, there's no shortage of details. There's a handy socket just inside the door here. Light switches are all in the right places, I've found when I was using this. Control panel is above the door, particularly easy to use main control panel. And then you've got heating and hot water systems from Whale. The door itself has a waste bin, handy grab handle here. Carpet underfoot is part of the optional extras. Another optional extra is the smart TV from Avtex up here. Then we've got flush fitting lockers with concealed catches. So that all helps to make the whole interior just look that little bit smarter, less fussy. And then there's everything right down to a simple coat hook up here. So there you go, the Auto-Trail XL 620G. A two-berth as standard, but here with the pop top, it's a four-berth. It makes for a really interesting family motorhome that's not too large in size, still only 6.2 meters long, and it's right there in the mainstream price-wise as well.